All right, ladies and gents, it's time for the Brothers Hack the Matrix. We got a lot to get into tonight, so let's get.
Or maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't want to work.
Maybe we will.
Yeah! Yeah, there you go!
Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. It's time for the Brothers Hack the Matrix. I'm your host, JoesAtmosfere, and I am joined as usual by There Can Be Only One, my one and only brother, the Hylunder. What's up, man?
I was wondering if we were going to get into anything there.
Yeah, dude. You know what? StreamYard is making it a lot easier for me to leave them. They really are, dude. You punch a button and nothing happens. That's not a good thing.
You know who could set StreamYard straight?
Yeah, Mac Boland set all them some bitches straight, wouldn't he, man? He definitely would. Shit. Anyway, it's good to see you. I saw Danny about not quite a little over 24 hours ago.
24 hours ago.
Yeah, a little over. What time did I leave your place? About 5, something like that?
No, man, that movie. Yeah. Because the movie started at 2:30. Yeah, I'd say about 5:30. Yep. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Yep. All right, boys and girls. Let's see who's in the chat real quick. Well, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. The mascot of the show is here, and he's ready to rock and roll. And he's already making comments. I'll let you know what he's talking about. But first, we have to introduce him because his name, his moniker, will not tell you his name.
There are some who call me Tim.
Tim says hail, and he also says the list was never going to come out, even if Trump wanted it. That's an interesting take. Well, we'll talk about it tonight. We got that in the top of the heap to have a few words about. It's definitely ruffling some feathers in good old Washington, D.C., that's for sure.
Yeah, dude.
But we'll get to that when we get around to it. Right now,
Right.
I'm sure everybody wants to know what the axe is tonight, sir.
This is from Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Somebody's home and native land. This is the Bondi, man. It's light. It's got the humbuckers, dude. Volume and tone. Cool splits if you want it. But this is pretty cool. I like tracking with this. It's pretty hot. So, yeah. It's light. Cool. So, there you go. That's what we're using.
There you go. Let's work
from the Great White North. There you go.
From the Great White North, man. Nothing wrong with the Great White North. A lot of the guys I stream with are from the Great White North. They're good folks. All right, boss. Do you have to, man? Just relax.
Yo.
He said, "No, it's time for the top of the heap, bro. Time for the top of the heap. It's time to get up in here." Okay.
Never gets old, does it? LSU Tigers win a national title on.
Never can, especially when like the LSU. Well, I got to get the pilots in there for the new.
Eject! Fire on the flight deck.
This business will get out of control. It'll get out of control and we'll be lucky to live through it.
So much death. What can men do against such reckless hate?
I mean, man.
What can men do?
What can man do? But We start off as usual with the Ukraine report.
Kim Jong-un.
Ukraine war briefing. Kim Jong-un voices unconditional support for Moscow as Russian foreign minister visits. North Korean leader meets Sergei Lavrov in atmosphere full of warm camaraderie. Trust. 6 people killed in Russian strikes against Ukraine. What we know on day 1,236. We're coming up
Jesus,
on
Mary
here,
Joseph.
boys and girls. Yikes. And from what
That's about 4 years going, huh, dude?
yeah, it's pretty close. It's getting there, man. It's not there yet, but we're in the 3rd year. So, but no, we're past 3 years. We're going.
We're into the 4th year. So,
So anyway, I didn't grab an article on this tonight, but I did see a story that we're sending arms. We're once again sending arms to the Ukraine.
why not? It's the money stream.
Apparently, the Trumpster is a little upset with Mr. Putin, and so yeah, we're back to arming them fools, dude. Yeah. So just keep going, I guess. Oh man, we've got some stories tonight, boys and girls.
I mean,
you guys that drink the Trump Kool-Aid and just think he's the greatest thing ever. There's some stuff going on that's got MAGA kind of split right now. They're not too happy with the commander in chief right now. But we'll get to that when we get to it. Right now, when it comes to the Ukraine story, I just want it to stop, man. I want that shit to stop, and it just does not look like it's going to stop anytime soon.
No.
Like I said, they were in Afghanistan 8 years, Daniel, before they finally gave that one up. So yeah, this is going to go on a while.
They're going to soak that as long as they can to make as much money as they can. It's a different administration, right? Different rhetoric, blah, blah, blah. But, at the end of the day, the money is huge.
Yeah, the money is huge. No doubt. But anyway, we'll
change
keep our eyes on it
at the drop of a freaking hat,
Yeah.
Very childish the way this guy goes about his business. But, hey.
Yeah, it's weird. One day he's all against sending money over there, and the next day he's arming them. You guys need to keep an eye on this dude. I'm telling you. Next up, and I voted for him. I can't say too much about it, but I voted for him because really the lesser of two evils, if you ask me. So
and and it's been like that for a while now. Our options.
Yes, the options have sucked for a long time.
The world is lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
You can't do better.
Come on, can we get a leader to step up? That would be nice. That would be really nice. But they're rare, Dan. They're rare. I mean, I
don't know how rare they are. They get up there in that quagmire and they see they can't get anything done because there are a bunch of freaking money whores up there. So that's the machine you're fighting against.
Yeah, and it's not a nice machine either. It's going to try and take you out. I'm pretty sure it was like a year ago in Butler that they tried to take him out. So yeah. They had stories on that this week. But anyway, the main story this week, and we've all heard about it, is the floods down in Danny's state of Texas. This is down around the Houston area. I think it's called Terryville that this is going on at. And you guys have seen the headlines. I'm going to cycle through here, but at least 52 dead. And that has risen to over 100, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But I did want to show you this from the Independent. It's a video that shows you just how fast this water rose. I mean, we don't need any sound for this, but if it'll play,
you have to order something first.
You got to order something from Amazon first, I guess, or something. But yeah, look at this real quick. How fast this water came up. I mean, that is insane. That looked like a dead riverbed there until boom, right?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, that's an act of God that went on there, and people that want to blame this and blame that and blame this. I mean, there's nothing you can do with that.
Yeah, there's nothing. But you can learn from it, and I've heard some really good discussions about coming up with better warning systems. They're talking about putting, like, how they have tornado warning horns and stuff like that. They're thinking about putting that kind of system down there. Apparently, there's a bunch of different campgrounds down there that a lot of kids go to summer camps at down there. It's what.
Well, yeah, you got the Guadalupe River, which is a big attraction for Texans. I've been there. I went there at my first hitch in the military. It is a beautiful, beautiful place to go rafting down the Guadalupe. And but that rain that came, again, that's an act of God. And the vile stuff that you saw in chats and formats, what were being said about, that's what Texas gets, and that's what
yeah, that's crazy.
I don't understand people anymore. Honest to God, I don't. But
that is absolutely nuts.
You could have the best warning system you could ever devise, but act of God is what it is. So
yeah. And another thing, I got to tell you, when I was serving in Texas, I don't know how it was where you were at, Dan, but you just didn't drive where there was water during heavy rains. I know when I was a military policeman on Fort Hood, if we were going to have downpour conditions, they stationed us at low water crossings to make sure people wouldn't drive. We posted our cars in front of them and stuff so people couldn't drive across them, because anybody's been to Texas, it is like living on a rock. It's nothing but flat. Danny had hell just getting grass to grow in his house when they first got it. It's that red clay. It's flat. It does not absorb water. That's the big problem. Here where I live, it's lush. We get rain. It absorbs it. But, dude, there's no marshland in Texas.
No, and again, I go back to the amount of rain that came down in a very short period of time. I don't care how pious your ground is. That amount that came down, you can forget it.
Yep. Good to see you, Wilby. Good to see you, man. So pray for those people.
Tragedy.
A lot of people going down there. It's a huge number of people. But like Danny says, that you saw the video I just showed you. It was an act of God. It's ridiculous. When your number's up, your number's up. That's that's just the way it is. The other big story this week is what's cracking MAGA straight slap in half, boys and girls.
Not to slap at you.
First thing they released this week was this little tidbit here of it was the Jeffrey Epstein story. Started with Jeffrey Epstein appears in newly released prison footage from the night of his death. Now, I have to ask, wasn't he?
I thought there was no prison footage at all.
Didn't work. I thought that was the case there. The cameras didn't work.
That's what they
told. But apparently, they have footage of him right up until the minute of his death. That's kind of funny for a place that didn't have any video working. You know what I mean? That doesn't make much sense to me.
Well, I mean, you see how the story is morphing now. So
yes,
and that's all intentional. They're hoping people will forget about this thing, and then they'll give out little tidbits here and there, and people will be like, "What? What?"
Mm-hmm.
So
that's him right there. And but this is, we were told originally, if I remember correctly, Dan, that the cameras weren't working.
Yeah,
right?
all the cameras were out, so there was no footage at all.
Yeah, right. That's a little crazy.
And now we've got
Juliet. It's good to see you. Good to see you.
Up to a minute before he dies. I mean,
right?
How does that miscommunication happen?
Yeah, and then and now here's the big one, man. Look, I'm going to show you a couple of stories here. Yeah, the big one. You remember a few months ago, me and Danny showed you a story about them coming out and having binders that had the Epstein list in them and blah, 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 blah. Couldn't wait to show them to us. Big thing there in front of the White House. Well, guess what? MAGA turns on Pam Bondi and Trump administration over Epstein files. Apparently, they're saying that they don't. This list doesn't exist now.
Is she right? Because I know that's the popular version of what went on there. I know a lot of people like to believe that.
White House addresses Jeffrey Epstein client list after DOJ and FBI concluded it doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist, people. Okay.
Please disperse. Nothing to see here.
Binders and lists. Hell, you had people coming out on YouTube quoting the list, telling you who's on there.
Yeah.
And now we've got the Attorney General. She's saying the list doesn't exist.
Is she right? Because I know that's the popular version of what went on there. I know a lot of people like to believe that.
Small Time Republic says, who is this Jeffrey Epstein you speak of?
What are we talking about? I don't even know.
Good to see you, Matt. Yeah, Trump backs Bondi about the Epstein list.
Of course he does.
And on the other side, this is all his people. They're eating each other. Justin FBI Director Kash Patel also considering resigning. They say also because Bongino's talking about resigning. Kash Patel, of course, the FBI director, and they're talking about resigning if Pam Bondi keeps her job over the Epstein list. And I got to tell you, I'd think about that too. I mean, they made a big production of this not too long ago.
Yes, they did. Why do you think that list would go away now? Come on now, you know why.
It's either big player or boo boo, like Dion says. They only show this for one of two reasons: it's either big player or boo boo, right?
Trump is on that list. Trump is on that list. Those bunch of high dollar power people go to their little perverted islands, taxpayer funded, and make this big production so he can get in the White House, and then all of a sudden, boom. Whoa.
It's just,
there's no list. Come on now.
Sad, dude. Sad. It's sad that this is almost, I'm not going to say the equivalent, but it's almost like the difference between the Zapruder film and the document. I can't remember the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about. The document they came up with to say, hey, there was only one guy shot the thing.
The Warren Report with the magic bullet.
Warren Report. There it is. Thank you. I was having an old man moment. I turned 60 in a couple of weeks. You have to excuse me, folks.
Nothing to see here. Nobody's going to go to jail. Epstein's dead. So there you go. Let's move on.
Woof. All right, look. Hey, boss. You said move on. He's yelling at me.
Yo.
Says time for the jockstrap. Look, even he's afraid of the Epstein list. The boss is afraid of the Epstein list.
Right, let's just keep moving, please. Gee whiz.
Cut Daddy's not on the list, though. You know he's not on that list.
Cut Daddy's like, yo, I'm on that list. I don't even know what the problem is.
No, he's too busy getting DWIs here in the States, bro. He ain't got to go to Long Island.
He's not trying to protect anything. Like, yo, I was there. I was at the Diddy parties too, man. Ain't no party like Diddy party.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party. What's up?
I mean,
but this week in the jockstrap, it's really without football and baseball being the only sport right now. Guess what? We got the blotter basically, but we did get a good
blotter all the time.
We did get a good story today out of Wimbledon. Jannik Sinner beats Carlos Alcaraz to win the 2025 Wimbledon men's final bracket. He wins. He lost the first set. I watched some of this at lunchtime when we left church and went to eat. I was watching some of it. It looked like it was going to be a war. It went 4 sets. Carlos Alcaraz won the first set, but then Jannik put the smackdown on him. Apparently, he couldn't handle his serve, dude.
He dumps the first set, but then he righted his ship and he took the next 3 in a row.
Yeah,
men's finals are always best of 7. Yeah, best of 7.
Best of 5.
No,
best of 5.
No, best of 7.
Is it best of 7? Okay, all right. You got to win 3.
Right, they're best of 5, and the women are best of 3. That's right.
Yeah, buddy. I was fixing to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, that's pretty good. I mean, he dumps the first set, but in the men's game, that's not a death sentence. So he
No, it's not.
got his shit together and
Yep.
took the next 3 in a row. So there you go. Congratulations to him. Pop quiz to everybody in the chat. Does anybody remember what the color of the tennis ball used to be at Wimbledon?
Because they're yellow now, like
that-
every other tournament. Yeah. What was the color of the Wimbledon ball back in the day? Let us know in the chat if you know.
Yep.
Let's see. Small Time Republic says Cutler is too lazy to be a pervert. My
True
man.
that.
He also says Sinner tested positive for steroids twice last year, yet no suspension. Seems suspicious. Really? Did he? Wow, I didn't know that. Well, if he's testing positive for steroids, maybe he should be set back a little bit. I don't know, man.
Not in tennis, man. Tennis, cycling.
Right?
Yeah, it's a big thing,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, congratulations to Sinner. Of course, let's let the blotter begin. Dallas Cowboys return man Cavante Turpin arrested on gun marijuana charges. He's not only does he have weed, he's got guns.
Getting high and getting armed. This is what this guy's doing. Ain't no telling what he's making for playing for the Cowboys, but in his infinite wisdom, he decided to get high and get some guns. So there you go.
I don't understand, man. I mean, if I was making as much as these guys make, I would be like, yo,
we all come
see that
from
guy with
somewhere.
that joint? Go arrest him. I don't want him messing with my wallet, man. Come on.
We all come from somewhere. I don't care how much money you throw at somebody. They're going to be who they are.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, we just are.
He's a good return man, though. He was leading the league in returns.
Yeah, he's a good return man, all right. He returns them guns. He returned that weed. He might be all right, but nah. Gotta have my guns. Gotta have my weed. So there you go.
Have my guns. This isn't the blotter. This is just sad because I love the sport so much. Boxer Pedro and Antonio Tony Rodriguez found dead in hotel room after fight in Phoenix. Now, he was supposed to go to dinner after the fight. Let's see. Okay. Julia says original tennis balls were white, sometimes black. White is correct, Danny.
We have a winner.
Yeah.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Absolutely. And Ariel says football. No one cares for football. It's just a bunch of men watching other men grab up and each other. Whatever, Ariel. Whatever. She's trolling. It's good to see you.
I will say this. I mean, the uniforms keep getting tighter and tighter every year, so I don't know what's going on in the freaking NFL.
Oh,
man.
they're trying to get the girls to watch.
They got the freak show going on at the combines with all the. Oh, give me a break. Like
but this story right
man.
here, he was supposed to go to dinner with somebody afterwards, and he called his wife. I mean, he had showered. He was going to a dinner date, but he didn't make the dinner date, and they didn't find him till the next day when he didn't. No, later on that morning, the driver that was sent to pick him up, he didn't show up downstairs for the driver. So
to see what the autopsy shows.
Yeah.
He may have suffered an injury in that fight that just was slow bleed. He succumbed to it. Maybe, I don't know. That would be just me guessing. So
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's just sad because I do love boxing, and I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often. I really am. I think it's on the referees, and they try and do a good job.
But these fighters, just like other athletes, they're getting faster and stronger all the time, all the weight classes, and the blows are more substantial. So,
dude, have you seen this new sport?
They may have to go up in size with these gloves. I don't know.
Did you know they've got bare knuckle boxing going on now, dude?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Our guy Conor McGregor, I think, is the president of one of those leagues, the bare knuckle.
Really? Have you seen what these guys look like when they're done? Their faces are cut the hell up, dude. Fingers will fuck somebody up, dude. It's crazy.
Gladiator sport. Have you ever seen freaking hockey guys drop the mitts?
Yeah.
Their faces are a mess when they're done.
Dude, did you see that video? I may have to pull that up here in a little. That may have to be my final word. I might have to pull it up. Did you see the yeah, I'm gonna find it. I'm going to change my final word. Yeah, I'm going to find it. The golf fight video. Did you see that this week? No, you've been working your ass off. I'm going to give you a treat, bro. The wrong guy messed with a hockey player on the golf course.
That's a mistake. Know your audience, folks.
Not just any hockey player. A goon for a hockey team. I think he played for oh shit, I'll look it up, Dan. But
know your audience.
Know exactly who he is. But anyway, look, here's a guy we need to say some prayers for. We're talking about combat sports. This guy, well known in MMA, Randy Couture, airlifted to burn center after single car crash on a racetrack. Former UFC champ is reportedly expected to recover fully, following what's being described as a single car crash. He was probably on the track, just laps.
You know.
Yeah.
The fuel that they use, I don't know what he was racing, but the fuel that they use in a lot of these race cars.
Oh, shit. Apparently practicing ahead of his National Hot Rod Association racing debut later this year. Ooh, wow. He was doing drag racing when this happened. Oh, well, that tells me right there something went wrong with the car. I mean, they don't usually lose it too bad. That something probably went wrong with the car, and the fuel got sprayed somewhere, man. Oof,
that shit is highly volatile, and you know it burns, and then a lot of times it's invisible. You don't see the flames, which is really crazy for the fuel that they use. It's really crazy. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
So, how many albums do you have now, Hylunder?
Oh, I'm working on number 5 right now.
The young lady asks. She's
working on number 5 right now. We're working on Sojourn.
Sojourn is the name of the new one that's coming.
Yes.
The current one is Astral Plane.
Astral Plane.
Yes, Astral Plane. I believe I have the graphic for Astral Plane here. Yes, there it is. Oh. That is the album that's out now. Just go check it out wherever you get your music.
Wherever and wherever for your listening pleasure.
Yeah, that's right. Want to hear it? All you have to do is tune into my show on Fridays. It's the soundtrack of the show.
There you go, man. There you go.
Sure. But anyway, yeah, prayers for Randy Couture. And this last story is sad. It really is. It's back to the blotter. It's this is Mary Lou Retton's. I'm a Olympic gold medalist. And if you saw her mugshot this week, it's bad.
Joe John, she's the queen of West Virginia.
She's the queen of West Virginia. Yes. Hang on, let me turn the sound on. Can you hear that?
Down to your side for me, okay? I want you to stay in that position. Do you have any head or back injuries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
She's a gymnast. Of course, she's got head and back injuries.
Metal all over.
All over.
Okay. What I want you to do is using your eyes. I want you to watch my finger, okay? Don't move your head. Just follow with your eyes, all right?
Don't move your head.
And there goes the head. Yeah, well.
Do me a favor, don't move your head, okay? Keep your head right there.
She does not look good, guys. She does not look good.
I hate it for her. Oxygen and all. God.
I hate it for her, man. That is so bad. That is so bad. You can go over to Court TV and check out the entire video, but yeah, that's bad. That's bad, man. I hate it for her because she was Miss America at one time, man.
Yeah,
really was.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Wow, she's on some oxygen. Yes, she is. It's bad. Okay, boys and girls, guess what? We've only got one story from the Diddy files tonight. Can you believe it? It's run its course.
Yeah.
The Diddy trial is over. I figured it would take longer than it has, but
he's about to
only got him on 2 counts. They have to do with prostitution, I think. I can't remember exactly.
He's going to get paid in full. You know that, right?
I know he is. Yeah, absolutely.
Interviews.
He's not going to get much time. That's for sure. He's not going to get much time. Don't forget, he's got time served, right? Sean Diddy Combs to be sentenced on October 3rd.
The government's case was shit. I mean, it was terrible.
They were comparing this to the Epstein files and all this. Well, hey, turned out to be exactly like the Epstein files. Guess what? Nothing to see here, Dan.
Nothing to see here, dude.
Nothing at all to see here, bro.
Let's move along. Let's move along.
Just unbelievable, dude.
Yep.
But, hey, you get the justice that you pay for, and he can pay for
He
it.
got,
Right?
but he's going to recover. Don't worry about old Epstein or Diddy. He's going to do for John.
Did
Just
did
fine.
he did he?
He'll do
Well,
just fine.
I kind of jumped the gun on the flicks, but here you go. We're gonna get into the flicks. That should have been the first story in the flicks, but there we go. Here we go. We're
The
going
flicks.
check out what's going on in Hollyweird. See what's going on there. Paul Rudd, dude. How can you not smile when you see that guy?
Right.
How do you not smile when you see Paul Rudd? He's just great. Let's see here. Did he get off scot-free? No, he didn't. He didn't get off scot-free. He got nailed with a couple of charges. I think they have to do with prostitution or something like that. Not sure exactly what it was, but it was nothing like they said it was going to be.
No.
They were going to get him on RICO statutes and all this other shit. Like
Gun trafficking, sex trafficking, racketeering. This whole thing that they spent all of our money on to get him, what? Solicitation of a prostitute or some shit? I mean, come on.
Well, let's take a look at the weekend box office. Looks like Superman, when it's all said and done, is going to pull down $122 million. For as hyped as they were about this movie, that sounds like a small number to me for Superman.
We'll see
but
what
it
looks
dominated
like.
this weekend. Jurassic Park Rebirth. That's a strong showing for a movie up against Superman. It made $40 million this weekend, bro.
Yeah, it's down 56%. I mean,
it's down 56%, but man, damn, that's pretty good though. F1 movie, which I want to see badly, dude. I don't know if you've seen the previews for this thing, but it looks like they're going to put you in the car, in a Formula One car, dude, with Brad Pitt. It's made $13 million. And How to Train Your Dragon still there with $7 million, and Elio chimes in with $3 million. Danny and I went and saw Superman yesterday. I made my pilgrimage to Dallas again for the second time. We saw Christopher Reeve's Superman at the Quail Creek Theater, if you remember, Dan.
Yep.
We went and saw it there when we were kids in 1978. And then we went and saw, I think we went to Bossier Mall to see Returns, right? Wasn't that in the 90s? I can't remember. Wasn't it Bossier Mall?
I don't know about Returns. Maybe. I know we went to see one out here in Dallas. I think.
Right. That was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
12 years ago in May, I think, is when that one came out. That was Man of Steel. We went to see that. And you know what's funny, Danny? I watched Man of Steel on the way home. I put it on my phone and put it on the dash and watched it. Yeah.
I watched it the night before. We went to the movies.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But if you want to see the video with our instant reaction after getting out of the theater, just go check it out. I've already got it up on my channel, so just go check that out whenever you want to. But I don't know. I like the Superman stuff in that movie, but way too much James Gunn silliness for me in that one, and way too much going on besides Superman. It's supposed to be a Superman movie. You know what I mean? Tell them what you thought of it, Dan.
Well, I like my Superman to be Superman. I like him to be invincible. I like the way Cavill portrayed him with the looks and the irritation. He's like, come on. I mean, I'll wipe you out if you make me, right? So this Superman was, he's vulnerable, and he's getting his ass kicked a little bit here and there. And I don't see the need for that for me. Superman should be just dominant, I look for that in the superhero, and that's how he's portrayed in the comic book. But that's not what you see in the movie. This movie, it's good visually. I think if you're a Superman fan, you want to see that in the theater. That's one of those.
Yeah.
If you're not, that's one you want to see in the theater because visually it's pretty awesome. But for me, out of 5 stars, I give it 2.5.
Yeah. Yeah. Ariel, if you're talking about the controversy beforehand with the No American Way thing and some other things that are going on with it, I'm not going to get into spoilers here. I'm going to do a review video on it tomorrow and put it up with spoilers if you want to know my opinions on a lot of that stuff. But she says, was it good then? If you're a Superman fan, you're going to enjoy it. Me personally, I thought the Superman stuff was good, but like I said, way too much silly ass James Gunn stuff, man. I mean, his movies are better when he reins some of that in. The Guardians of the Galaxy movies, I mean, he allowed things to be serious here and there. I mean, God, man, that whole
There's a good mix in those.
yeah, it's a good mix. Wasn't a good mix here. It's nothing but silliness the whole
No,
damn
and what
movie.
I don't care for, and Marvel's been guilty of this as well with these superhero movies recently. For some reason, they feel the need to politicize. Should Superman be intervening in wars? Shouldn't he? Give me a fucking break. I want to go see a movie. I want to get away from reality.
Yeah, right.
Keep that shit to yourself. I don't care.
Ariel, just not great, but just good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's not the worst superhero movie I've ever seen. No, not by a long shot. Trust me. One of my two of my favorite superheroes movies, Spider-Man movies, I'd never watch again. Spider-Man 3 and my gosh, what's the name of that second Amazing Spider-Man 2? The one with the Green Goblin in it was horrible. I mean, oh my God. Both of those movies are just trash. This isn't trash. It's just, look, I think there's a good story here. I like the way they portrayed Lex, except for, here's the thing. Here's the problem I have with Lex Luthor, the way they portray him all the damn time. It's my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, Lex Luthor is smarter than everybody, and he'll tell you he's smarter than everybody, and he's going to make sure that you know it. He's an arrogant son of a bitch, and just once I'd like to see him in a suit of armor fighting Superman instead of somebody else, because he does that in the comic books. You know what I mean?
Well, it progresses to that. I mean, if they stay along this vein, I'm sure you'll see that. You know.
Yeah, I did like this portrayal of Lex, but here's what I didn't like about both characters. They lost their emotional maturity too much. You saw both Lex Luthor and Superman yelling for no damn reason when they didn't need to, to try and get their point across. And
well, that's the thing about Superman. He's just not a big yeller because what have I got to yell about? I mean, I'm going to get shit done.
Yep. They may not have had so many heroes involved and just kept it to Superman, Lex, and Lois. Yes, yes, that's exactly what they should have done. Now, I will tell you this, though. Nathan Fillion was great as Guy Gardner because Guy Gardner's an asshole. Everybody knows it, and he did a great job at it. And Mr. Terrific stole the show in every fucking scene he was in. It was great.
He's badass. That guy's badass.
But that's not what I came to see. I came to see a Superman movie. So, that's the thing. Maybe another villain on the side. Yeah, well, there was too many. That's
too much.
Wow.
You need to have Superman, and villain and Lois in the mix there.
But at its core, it had a good story. It did. The only other thing I can say that I really didn't like about it, I didn't like the portrayal of his parents, his earthly parents. They made them look like total friggin' hicks, man.
Well, excuse me, but that's who his parents are.
Yeah, I don't know, Dan. Watch that again. They made his mother just sound stupid.
Finally, they portrayed his parents as simple farm people. That's who they are. They're not geniuses. They're not politicians or anything like that. They're just simple farmers. That's what they are.
Just not having over stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they had way too much stuff. Okay, so that's our thoughts on Superman. I'm gonna give you a spoiler review video. I'm gonna do all that stuff tomorrow because I really wanted to talk about a lot of the spoilers in this thing. In this one, didn't they make them trailer park trash? That's what it sounded like to me. I was like, what in the hell?
People, but simple people. That's all they are. I mean, but that's who they are.
Yeah, they kind of blew it up a little bit.
But they are.
Yep. Let's see. All right, so that's it for the Superman talk. But it was the king at the box office. But still, those numbers for the beginning of the new Superman, I don't know, man. We'll have to see what it looks like next week. Let's see what kind of staying power it has, huh, Dan? So
well, I think if you watch the trailers, you get the stink of the politicization. Should he jump in there? And nobody wants it. I'm so tired of that. Yeah. I would like to go to the theater and just be entertained. I would like to get away and see my superhero, make me feel good about whatever.
Yeah,
I've got enough reality breathing down my neck.
Right. I get that 6 days a week. Right. Yeah.
Away from the theater.
All right. Next up, we had a sad passing of Julian McMahon this week. His cause of death was revealed. He died because he was battling cancer.
Ah,
Nip Tuck and Charm Star and Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom.
I thought he was great as Doctor Doom. That's the only thing I know him from. So.
Right, and I thought for sure that back in the day, those movies, they're not the greatest, those Fantastic Four movies, but they were well cast, and he did a great job as Doom, even though they made him more like a Norman Osborn corporate guy instead of Doctor Doom, the Latvian monarch that we know from the comic books and stuff. But I thought he did a great job. My wife's one of her favorite shows is Charmed, and she's the one that let me know about it right away. This guy was only 56 years old, Dan.
Yeah.
Cancer
does not care. Cancer
doesn't care. That's for sure.
Young, old,
I did hear Gunn drew on personal experience when portraying Clark's parents, even down to the converted trailer inside of farmhouse. Wow. Unbelievable. He played Dr. Doom really good. Probably better than Robert Downey Jr. will. I hear you. We'll see what happens. That's kind of weird. Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom. It just reeks of desperation to me. But rest in peace, Julian McMahon. We're gonna miss you, man. One of the greats. I enjoyed him a lot. Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath's historic farewell show was less Live Aid, more Loud Aid. They had them, Metallica, a bunch of different bands got together and put this thing on, and they did a good job. From all accounts, they did a great job. I saw a viral video on this thing of Jason Momoa. He went up to the stage, shook hands with a couple of guys that were getting ready for a set, right? And then they started playing, and he started a mosh pit. He was right in the middle of it, dude. Right in the middle of the crowd. It was crazy.
Well, there's no denying the influence even today that Sabbath has on that genre.
No doubt. You
can't even talk about metal and its different forms without going back to Sabbath. So there you go. I mean, they stuck him in a chair. They popped him up in the middle of the stage. He's sitting in the chair the whole time because he's really wrecked himself.
Yeah.
He had an accident on a quad with his son, and he really wrecked himself there. But end of an era, right? So Black Sabbath, you look back, the core band, they didn't have too many albums, but they made quite an impression, man. People heard that Sabbath stuff. They were like, what is that? So that changed a lot of things. Yeah.
My favorite lead singer they ever had has been gone for years. Ronnie James Dio.
Like Dio,
yeah.
It's a different camp, so.
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. Next up, this unbelievable. This thing right here. I about fell out. Gary Coleman's ex-wife flunks lie detector test about actor's fatal fall. They're doing a show about the 80 star's death, and she actually failed a lie detector test while they were filming.
They're doing a show about his death?
Yeah, they're doing a show about the behind the scenes. They one of these things, like, behind the curtain things about celebrities and stuff, and this is one of the stories.
Well, sure. Okay, so now this story, the fact that we're looking at this makes sense because they're doing a show.
Yeah.
This may increase viewership. That's what that's all about.
Right.
Whether it's true or not, Yeah. Okay, now
Read My Nature says, or more hearing aid, talking about.
I'm telling you.
Loud aid.
Come on.
Thought that was funny, man. All right, look, boss, relax. I understand. You want me to move on, but do you have to yell at me all the time?
Yo.
He says, time for earthquakes, bro.
Earthquakes.
It's time for that craziness. That crazy shit that goes on.
Come on.
What we're fixing to get into here.
Come on. It's ridiculous. Look at this. Any engineer will tell you. I mean, like, what's going on there? That's got to be California.
Right.
Look at
Gotta be California, no doubt. But anyway, let me see here. I do have to do a search real quick because I promised my brother
What?
I'm going to show him this thing. Oh my God, there it is. I mean, all I had to do was put in golf fight. But anyway, we'll get to that. Right now, we got to get to the earthquakes. Measles cases surged to record high since disease was declared eliminated in the U.S.
Eliminated.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yet
man.
it surges to all-time high.
That is crazy, man.
What is it? Is it
apparently
eliminated?
it wasn't eliminated. Apparently it wasn't eliminated.
How can there be surging if it's been eliminated?
Right? How is this possible, man? Next up, Musk says he's forming a new political party after fallout with Trump. Says he's going to start his own party, brother.
Oh, here we go with the Teddy Roosevelt. He's going to call it the Bull Moose 2 or something like that. Hey,
you know,
we
that's
should have more choices.
When we were watching, I forgot to tell you this. When we were talking about Superman the other day,
yeah,
that's who Lex Luthor reminded me of in that movie. Was Elon Musk. That's what I thought of. I've heard a lot of reviewers refer to him as Trump in the movie, and I'm like, no, I don't get that vibe for him at all. But I definitely got Elon. You know what I mean?
Well, I tell you what. I mean, I don't know if there's a new strain or not, but we need other choices. And if this guy is able to, with his money and influence, if he's able to actually get another party, there are other parties, but you don't hear about them.
No,
if this guy is actually able to get some force behind that movement and really get on the national stage and be able to get on ballots, we need other options. We do, because these two that we have right now, they're a cancer on our society. They've split us on every different layer and level, and yeah, we need something else. We do.
Yep, absolutely.
We do. We do.
Let's see.
So that kind of thing doesn't happen without money, and this guy's got a lot of it. So there you go.
Yeah, and the Trumpster, of course, says it's ridiculous. He says it's ridiculous.
He's always going to say ridiculous. Opposing him is ridiculous. So that's his default, you know.
Because all he does is win, right?
Yeah.
All he does is win. That's all he does. He just wins. You know,
except for the losses, but yeah, he wins. So there you go.
This, I mean, when I read this stuff, Dan, I'm like, my God,
bug fart.
Yeah, a woman used bug foggers to smoke out family, including 4-year-old child, from apartment in order to evict them. Cops say.
Oh, she needs to be on SWAT or something. That's pretty innovative, right? She wins.
The tear gas. She's laying down the bug
She's
spray,
like, let's poison these bitches, man.
Right?
You want to get them out of there? Let's drop the poison on them, okay? Stop.
That is Elon with him in the car. The picture you saw there. Yes, it absolutely was. Ariel, didn't you see back in at the beginning of the administration, the beginning of the year, they were locked at the
Best
for 90 days. Yeah.
Best bud.
Next up, serial killer fears grip Texas community after dozens of bodies pulled from lake cannot be ignored. Forensic psychiatrist questions authorities' dismissal of Lady Bird Lake serial killer theory as another young man is found dead. Wow, man. Wow, that's crazy. Lady Bird Lake.
I don't even know what that is. Lady Bird Lake.
It's a Texas lake.
Texas
Lake. That's what it says. Yep. Austin. It's somewhere around Austin.
Oh, well, okay.
Wow, dude.
Anyway, it really
there you go. Let's see. Read by Nature says, it's a shame because Musk is one of the few people with enough influence to start a substantial new party, but you need someone more stable and with a real vision to lead, someone who is more normal. Yeah, I mean, look, man.
Normal people don't garnish freaking billions. We just don't.
Yeah, and normal people don't run for office because they
do, but they don't have any backing. That's a mistake. Normal people do run. They see the monster and they get out of it.
Now, if you've been watching this show for a long time, you know we used to have a body count list that we tried to keep up with. I don't even remember where it ended at, Dan. The body count. But guess what? There's another log on the fire, bro.
What a time.
He said, what a time. Russian minister dies by suicide hours after getting fired by Putin, officials say.
Suicide.
Now, this could have gone one of two ways. It could have been the regular way, which is when Pootie takes matters into his own hands and just, covers it up.
Sign your pity on the runny kind.
Or it could be this guy just saying, fuck it, I'm done. Let's go.
Well, okay, so did they say what kind of what form of suicide?
Let's see.
Lead poisoning?
Right. Deceleration trauma. Cement poisoning.
He internally combusted all.
Let's see. Let's see. On Tuesday, hang on. Let me keep going here. Nah, I'm not sure, Dan. It's been a while since I read this one, so I'm not sure how he committed suicide. But yeah.
You can't go against Pootie in any kind of way.
Got my dillies on a pepper tank.
Yeah. I mean, that's Pootie for you, bro. Active shooter killed in an attempt to ambush border patrol agents in Texas. One McAllen police officer wounded, but in stable condition following apparent planned ambush at the Rio Grande Valley facility of the Border Patrol. Wow. We're getting stories more and more of cartel dealings closer to the border. Tijuana's becoming a problem.
Becoming.
Well, I mean, Dan, when I was in the military, everybody wanted to go down south and go to Tijuana. Everybody wanted to do it.
Because they didn't know any better.
These days.
They didn't know any better. It was bad back then.
Right.
It's bad now. It's always been bad.
But it's getting worse is my thing, man. It's yeah, this is big. We don't need this to become a shooting thing on the southern border, man. That would not be cool.
If you haven't been paying attention, this is ground zero. It's always a shooting thing.
Yeah.
That is going on.
Yeah.
That is going on. The reason why people don't know about it is because the mainstream media doesn't report on it.
Yeah.
That's the front line right there. There's bodies scattered all over the border. All over. And if you don't think that's not happening, I don't know. Put your head back up in your ass then, I guess. I don't know.
Right. I saw what is that guy's name? He wrote the book on Serpico. It's a really good police writer. Can't remember that guy's name. But he wrote a book about the Border Patrol that I read years ago, back in the 80s, man. And it was the Wild Wild West down there back then. Yeah. Crazy.
Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. You're talking about drugs and human trafficking go across the border in Texas all the time.
Yep.
Why do you think the Democrat Party is just working feverishly to flip the state of Texas?
Yeah.
So they can flood the freaking state with illegals so they can change the demographic.
Yeah.
And then once you flip Texas, that you have the country.
Yeah. So how long until the government actually tells Mexico that the U.S. Army is finally coming down to take care of the cartel?
Never.
Well, first of all, that's not going to happen. If we ever take action against the cartels, it won't be the U.S. Army. It'll be SEAL Team 6. It'll be a surgical thing. It won't be.
It'll never happen because our government does business with the cartels.
Yeah. I
mean, come on, let's get real here.
It's true.
I am surprised by some of the questions that we see because this is happening. If you don't think your government is in cahoots with these big money players and drugs and arms, I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Let's see.
That's your taxpayer dollars paying for that too.
Yeah, it is. Danny's favorite subject. Woof. Yeah,
it should be
him get mad. Start talking about the United States government and how much money they spend on stuff they don't need.
And you're in my voice. They represent us. All these deals that they make, they represent you.
Here's an interesting earthquake this week, and it's probably going to have an effect. Don't know what, but IRS says churches can endorse political candidates without losing tax-exempt status. That's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I see Dan gritting his teeth over there. Like,
I mean, have a voice.
That's a slippery slope, right?
If you have a voice in the pulpit, that's your right. But once you start talking about money and funding and that kind of thing, I think you should lose your tax exempt status.
Yeah. But yeah,
But there you go.
I mean, that's what I could envision if they're able to imagine that guy down in Houston with that mega church. Imagine he gets thrown dollars to endorse a candidate.
Look, the only
Right?
church that jumps into my head when you talk about IRS and church and money and tax exempt and
Uh-oh.
the one that really wields the power,
The big one.
that's the Catholic Church.
Yeah. Yeah. They have their own bank. I mean,
Come on now. The
yeah,
Vatican,
man.
they got their own city, their own bank, their own holdings. They got everything.
Yep. This AI stuff is rearing its head again, folks. Someone using AI to impersonate Marco Rubio contacted at least 5 people during including foreign ministers, Cable says. Wow, dude. This is
Well, okay, so AI, it's computer generated software and any kind of software, hardware can be manipulated by exterior forces. It can be. So this is not surprising to me at all.
But here's the thing. If you I don't know. I have a hard time thinking that I could get fooled by it because I've looked at a lot of this AI stuff, and I can tell it's computer generated. You know what I mean? I can tell it. But when it comes to sound and stuff like that, I would imagine it's probably a little easier to do. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, I mean, you have to step outside yourself. I mean, you might not be able to be fooled by it, but there's a lot of people who would be fooled by it.
Yeah.
A lot of people. But I mean, they're not going after you; they're going after mass numbers. So you don't get 2, but you get 200 that do. I mean,
Yeah.
we make this mistake about projecting our own shit onto a situation.
Yeah, I know. There's people that will fall for it, no doubt. I mean,
people fall for that. A lot of people.
Ariel says, so when is the Church of Hylunder going to become a thing? It already is a thing. It's called the Sharkin' for Pearls.
Sharkin' for Pearls, nonprofit. Everything's for free. Rock on. There you go.
It. There it is. China is probably China. It could be. Yeah, talk about this AI stuff. Or it's those lousy maple syrup drinking Canadians.
Oh,
good. Oh my God. Let's see. What else we want to get to here? Oh my God, this one, Dan. This was almost a Simple Jack Award winner right here.
It was close.
It was close.
Runner up.
But this one lost today. Texas teen lifeguard says she was fired after refusing to drive in flash floods to work. I just thought it was weird they prioritized the pool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
During a flash flood? What?
I mean, there you go, man. That's how important it is in some communities that these pools stay open, no matter if the flood's going on or not.
Where was this at? Where was this at?
To work, man.
It's in Texas. What's going on in Texas, bro?
You got to keep the pools open, okay? Morale's got to stay high. Even though fucking cars are going down the street. Buildings are going down the street.
Even though you're going to have to take a boat to work, you better get there.
If you're not holding down your lifeguard position at the pool, somebody might die.
Oh my God, that's too much, man. That is crazy.
People, man.
What are they thinking when they make these decisions? This one was very strange, but I got to give it to the first responders in Baltimore. They did a great job on this. At least 25 hospitalized and 5 in critical condition after mass overdose in Baltimore. Now, I saw the original press conference on this. What these guys did was they responded to a couple of people that had fallen out, and it was in public, on a public street. And they responded, and they found a third, they found a fourth, and then they called in everybody and said, "Look, we've got a situation here." They wasn't sure what it was, but it was definitely drug related. They were giving out Narcan, which is a drug that's used to wake you up from an opioid overdose. It's kind of like a the drug equivalent of adrenaline, and they really responded and probably saved lives doing this. What one of the guys that was reporting it said that they went through. Let's see. I think they said that they went through here it is, along North Avenue, along Pennsylvania Avenue, both subway platforms, and then off the beaten path along some alleys. They were looking for people that were getting struck down by this stuff. And apparently it was some kind of opioid. And they can't figure out if it was a bad batch or what. But these people that, the opioid crisis is an epidemic anyway. But, add on top of that, you've got a bad batch of opioids that's fucking these people up. Oh my God. I mean, but these guys really responded quickly and took care of business,
That's amazing. They were able to take care of people that quickly like that, to identify and, like you say, respond to that quick. Now, that's crazy, that amount of people. I was going to say, was there a rave? But I don't think people at the raves do opioids. I think they're doing like X and shit that makes you hype, I guess.
This was during the day this happened, Dan.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Maryland?
Yeah. No, Baltimore, Maryland, dude. It was Baltimore.
Jesus, what's going on in Baltimore? Everybody's doing opioids, man. I don't know. Baltimore, tough.
I don't know. I never got into heavy drugs, dude. I smoked my fair amount of weed, but
thought if I tried any heavy drugs, I'd OD like right off the bat, like live by us. So,
well, like hallucinogens, like LSD and stuff like that. I've got a wild imagination. I was always afraid I'd have a bad trip. I never did cocaine because I've always been high strung anyway. So I never.
Weed is all that I've ever done, and that's, I mean, alcohol is my thing. So
yeah,
there you go. Can't do all that other stuff.
It could have been fentanyl. That they're not sure what it is, guys, but apparently it affected a lot of people that, all at once in one general area. So sounds like it had a central source and it was a bad batch of something. But the thing I took away from it was how great these guys responded to it, man. Yep. They really were there for those people. It was the fire department. It was medical personnel. They did a great job. Next up, what is going on with middle-aged teachers wanting friggin' teenagers? What's up with the pedo chick thing these days?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean,
33 arrested after inappropriate and prolonged relationship with a 14-year-old. Engaged in grooming behavior toward the boy during his early teenage years. Oh my God. What?
Yeah, that story used to be the other way around, but now it's more and more, older ladies, teachers with the younger kids, and hell, maybe it's been going on for all the time. Who knows? But it just seems like we see this story a lot more these days. So it's very bizarre, man. Very bizarre.
It is weird.
Yeah.
Weird stuff. This one, I just had to laugh. I had to laugh at this headline. Ecuador's top drug lord agrees to U.S. extradition after being captured.
Yeah, he didn't want to go to his home country. He'd rather go to the United States and be incarcerated. So I guess that's a good, I don't know.
Oh my God. Adolfo Macias, alias Fito, captured in June. Escaping from a maximum security prison. Says he wants to be extradited.
Take me, Louis. Take me. Please don't take me back to
Louisiana to be on the farm. I will sweat for you.
I will make license plates for you. I love America. Shit.
That's just too good, man.
You don't want to do time in Ecuador, man.
And lastly, the last in the main earthquake category, Iranian group Blood Covenant places $40 million bounty on Trump.
The danger zone. Danger zone! Danger zone! Danger zone!
Ariel says that's one way to get into the country.
That's it, man. Commit a felony and please take me to the United States.
Oh my God, man. They're trying to get rid of all the felons and this felon wants in. Oh,
Yeah,
and
the
letting people
Iranians,
know,
man. I don't
announcing
know.
himself.
The
This
Iranians.
is too funny right here, man. My God, yeah. Come get him. Go ahead. He's got the Secret Service around it 24/7. Go ahead.
I don't know, man. Some of these agencies been so politicized. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody said, "Well, I was sleeping," or "I didn't see what was coming," or man, I
Right.
wouldn't trust anybody in that government anymore. Look what the FBI's come to. Look what the
Yeah.
CIA's come to.
Yeah.
There
I
was some
know.
question about, when they tried to assassinate him the first time. I mean, come on now. That guy
Right.
was sitting on top of a building. He got access to a fucking building. Do you remember that, JoJo?
Yeah, I do. I do remember it. It was a year
That's
ago. They had stories on it today. Yeah,
not
I'm sorry.
bizarre.
I was looking at something else real quick, dude.
I
I
mean,
was making
shit.
sure I had your story ready to go here. But yeah, you're right, Dan. And you saw the Secret Service guys that were around him. Half of them were midget girls, and I'm like, whoa, they
Well,
don't
what
need
I'm
to be
saying, there's an element in there that, I mean, depending on, who's in there,
right.
they look the other way.
Yeah,
I got access to a building that was like, I was right on top of that damn
I mean,
stage.
right there. Yeah,
I couldn't believe that.
perfect line of fire, right? Well, we can't get out of the earthquakes tonight without talking about the Trump cards. We got to cover the Trump cards every time.
Look at Elon. Used to be one of the Trump cards. Not
Used to
anymore,
be
man.
one of the Trump cards. Yeah.
What about that lady? Is she still a Trump card or is she gone too?
No, Tulsi Gabbard's still there.
What
Even
is
though she didn't think that the Iranians were working on nuclear weapons. Yeah, there's a lot of dissension in the
Well, I
MAGA
mean,
world
with
right
that
now.
Is she right? Because I know that's the popular version of what went on there. I know a lot of people like to believe that.
After 14 bunker buster bombs, I don't think we're going to find out, bro. If something was going on there, it's not now. You know what I mean?
You never know.
All right. Trump cards tonight. Trump says 25% tariffs coming down on Japan and South Korea as trade war escalates again. He's also talking about the EU. And we're not going to know about this stuff for a little bit, but I do see prices going down here. I do see that. So, that correlates. Trump administration revokes terrorism designation of new Syrian leaders group. The decision, which hadn't been previously announced, was made as Trump administration has been moving to ease or end many U.S. sanctions imposed during the Assad rule. This is the new
Read
president.
that to me again. Trump administration does what? Revokes terrorism designation for a new Syrian leaders group.
Right. The new Syrian leader, his group that was that I you must have been busy when I read this one, showed it to you earlier. He was designated a terrorism group, this guy's group, and now he wants to take him off the list because he wants to do business there. The new Syrian president. Yep. So, yeah, there you go. There it is, man. Very, very interesting. Telling you, keep an eye on what's going on.
Well, okay, so this is his second term. He doesn't have a third term.
No.
So you're going to see him doing stuff.
That's going to help him out on his way out the door.
He ran on certain things, and now he won, and a lot of those things are going away.
Yeah. And
so well done, everybody. Well done. Drink the Kool-Aid, carrying the ball for another billion.
Unite.
Forget about you. And there's no Epstein list, by the way, Joe John. No Epstein
list. Say that again.
No Epstein list at all.
Really? Thought that was a huge one. Huge. I thought everybody in Hollywood was running from this shit. Now all of a sudden, it's
Please disperse. Nothing to see here.
Next up. Judge blocks Trump's from cutting off Planned Parenthood funding under Big Beautiful Bill. Now, what this has to do with is under the Big Beautiful Bill, they have a caveat in there saying that Planned Parenthood won't be covered by Medicaid, and that's what the judge is blocking. But the Supreme Court just came down 6-3, saying that they could keep it out of Medicaid. So it's going to be interesting to see what goes on with that one. Watch that one very closely. You Right to Life and abortion folks. That's pretty wild. This one here is wild to me too. Netanyahu presents Trump with letter nominating him for Nobel Peace Prize after dropping 14 bunker buster bombs, never used before in warfare. Wow. I see my brother over there just shaking his head. Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, that's crazy, man. It's crazy. You don't hear anything going on about this now. You don't hear anything going on about this now.
I said this for I don't know how many years now. Even before we started doing the show, they're laughing at us.
Yeah.
They spend our money. They take our money. They laugh at us. And they just do what they want. Yep. Who's going to jail?
Nobody.
Nobody goes to jail.
Diddy may go to jail for a little bit. Diddy might.
Diddy's going to go to jail for very minimal.
Can't wait for Naked Gun to come out in theaters. Yeah, me either. That ought to be funny. That should be good. Let's see. What's next? Supreme Court clears the way. Now this they've been trying to do this since he started this time around. Supreme Court clears the way for Trump's plan to downsize the federal workforce, and in the same breath, the State Department notifies staff it will be firing personnel soon. Looks like up to 1,300 people are going to be losing their jobs there. The trimming down is continuing.
The federal government, state government, local governments, they're too bloated, and now this administration, for better or worse, is deciding to reduce cost while they're parading the army in a parade and looking like Soviet Union Red Square, and we're going to save money, but we're going to piss money away, and
picking and choosing. Yeah. The two things it looks like he's going to keep doing is downsizing and
is laughing at us. That's what he's going to keep doing.
Okay. There you go. And there it is. There it is. Let's see.
He's going to keep laughing at us, and he's going to, for the next 3.5 years, set himself up for a very favorable business environment for Trump enterprises. That's what he's going to do.
Let's see. But he brought peace to the area, Joe. A piece of an Iranian guy there, another piece of there. Especially the piece of there. That's a good one, Ariel. Funny. That's good. Yeah, look, I didn't agree with them bombing over there, but hey, it was bound to happen eventually, though. I really wish the Israelis had done it. Of course, if the Israelis had done it, they'd have 5 countries trying to blow them up now. So I guess it's better we did it. I don't know. But anyway,
they can do terrorist acts over here.
Just do them over here.
Kill Americans. There you go. But they're not going to kill Trump because he don't live in our world.
No.
He wasn't in those freaking Twin Towers when they slammed 2 fucking planes into that.
No.
Or the Pentagon, or those people's heroes that took that plane down on their own accord in Pennsylvania.
Right.
So it couldn't be like something else.
Right.
That's Americans doing that.
Yeah. That it was.
It's Americans dying for this silly bullshit that these people in power do.
Yep.
That's
what usually happens.
No, that's not what usually happens. That's what always happens.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, guess what, boys and girls? The boss isn't yelling at me now. He's concerned with my safety. He says, you know what, bud? You got to put on the jock strap. You got to buckle the chin strap because it's time to turn out the lights.
I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there. I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there.
Yeah. I guess in a tradition of turn out the lights, we're going to see someone get their lights turned out. This dispute turns physical. Man shoved into a pond. Now, let me set this up for you guys, all right? This happened in Alberta, Canada, at a golf course. And one of these gentlemen was taking a little too long on the tee. They'd been behind these guys for a while. They weren't letting them play through. This guy had been up there for like 20 minutes on a tee. And the gentleman that was playing from behind got a little upset. He's former NHL player Nick Tarnasky. And I believe he played for the New York Rangers. He was a goon for the Rangers. Not just any hockey player. He was the guy that threw down the gloves, on a regular basis. And that's who Mr. Hawaiian Shirt here decided he wanted to, after one too many, you can really tell this guy's drunk, but yeah, check this out. You guys are going to have a good time watching this. It's funny.
You guys need to get off the golf course.
Yeah, we will, man.
Go now. Like, pack up, go now. Get in your car and go.
I don't know what you're doing.
You're not scaring anybody. You're just making
yourself. Hey, man. Come on, man.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
He told him he was going to do that. He said, I'm going to throw you in the pond.
I fucking told you. Man, leave him alone.
You want to? You want one too?
Came at me. Alone, man.
I got it all on record.
It's around the goal.
I got it all on record.
Here he comes again.
Hey,
He's yelling bang every time he hits him.
Hey, leave him alone, man. I wouldn't keep going back, you fucking moron. Hey. Come on,
There we go.
I'm not trying to get in there. Like, enough! Are you still cheering on you? Yeah.
But no, Mr. White Claw ain't had enough yet.
Get out!
Here he comes.
Hey. Hey, get him the fuck out of here! No, it's not gonna go well.
It's not okay.
Take him home or get him fucking out of here. Fucking get moving! I said stop looking like an idiot.
Get out of here.
Fucking.
That's what happens when you pick a fight with an NHL goon. I'm sorry. Happy Gilmore doesn't take it nicely whenever you say let's fucking go. The funniest part of that's when he slings him sideways, Daniel, and he's just
throwing him around. I mean, to be really honest, he could have really teed off
hurt
on that
that
guy.
Yeah, he could have. He showed a lot of restraint, didn't he?
Yeah.
What's funny to me is every time he punched him, he said bang. Bang. That's some funny shit, man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, you know what time it is, folks. It's time for us to give out, or not me, or my brother, not we. It's him completely. Not like I don't want responsibility or anything, but I want him to get all the credit. That's what it is.
Yes.
Got to give out.
I can't take the credit for this. This is it's
Simple Jack Award, boys and girls. Simple Jack Award is given out to those that they're trying to do the right thing. They really are. They're trying to do the right thing, but they just can't quite get it right. And this week, boys and girls, we have a special edition. It's called the Cheesehead Justice Edition this week. Cheesehead Justice Edition of the Simple Jack Award. And I'm going to read this headline, and I'm going to let my brother explain everything about it. Oh, my God. This is nuts. Wear your boots, kids. Nurse who amputated hospice patient's foot without his permission joked about displaying it in her family's taxidermy shop.
Yeah.
Did I just read that correctly?
Yeah, you read it exactly, and read the article. I mean, the guy, he fell. He got frostbite on both of his feet, and the one was really bad. And she took it upon herself to amputate his foot. I guess it wasn't being held on by very much tissue, but she did that without the consent of the family. The doctor or the nurses told her not to do that. And she went ahead and did it anyway. And she said she was going to take that foot and preserve it and put it in the family taxidermy shop and put a sign up saying, you know, kids, make sure you wear your boots, right? And at the end of the day, she did this again without consent. Brown pleaded no contest to a misdemeanor charge of negligently abusing a patient. She agreed to pay $443 in court costs and will agree to any disciplinary action proposed by the State Board of Nursing, the Wisconsin State Board of Nursing. She will not face any jail time. So $443 and some disciplinary action, no jail time. That's what you get in the state of Wisconsin for taking upon yourself to amputate somebody's foot and not getting consent from the family, not getting consent from the consulting physician or the other nursing staff. Just do that. Pay $443 fine. Say, yeah, I'll pick up trash on the side of the road and I won't get any jail time. State of Wisconsin went full retard on an appellate scale, and that's all I have to say about that.
Never go full retard.
That's crazy.
That is nuts, man.
$443.
If I read something like that, I might have to move out of Wisconsin.
This is a sentence to, and look, it was a couple of weeks later that old man died. He passed away.
Oh,
and she agreed to $443 court costs. That's her fine, and agreed to any disciplinary action the state board would impose on her, but she will not do any jail time.
That is crazy.
Cheesehead justice. Cheesehead justice.
Cheesehead justice. As we said, cheesehead justice. Well, boys and girls, it is time that we wind things down tonight. Let me wind down the sound a little bit because I know that was loud. It is time to get out of here. I hope you enjoyed the show. You have to forgive my brother tonight. He's a little bit tired. He's been working his ass off. He's a little grumpy tonight, but he's going to make it. Right,
I am very sorry, everybody. Hard time for me to laugh at some of that shit. That's just...
Well, look, guys, I want to thank you guys for being here. Don't forget, we always, I've got to start making this a thing now. I want you guys to follow me on all my social media. That's Facebook, that's X, and the video platforms. We got Kick, we got Twitch, we got Rumble. Thanks for watching us over on Rumble tonight. Appreciate you. Of course, want you watching YouTube always. And don't forget to go check out my newest video there. Me and Danny talking about Superman. Don't forget to check that out. And you want to go by and support the channel if you want to, if you have the means. Go by and check out my Subscribe Star. You get all the announcements about the shows and videos and stuff coming out. Plus, you can go and check out all my artwork on the comic book, The Privateer. If you like what's going on with The Privateer and want to know more about it, you don't only have to watch the videos. You got to come over here and check out the artwork. It's all here where you can download it and take a good look at it anytime you want to. And my computer doesn't want to act right tonight, but it usually works. Anyway, come check it out. It's even got my family portrait that I love that I did hanging up in my living room.
Really good. Really good. Yeah.
I dig it. I dig it. You guys come check it out. You get to see all the artwork for $5 and you get to see all of the written word for $1. So go check it out. And when I say written word, it's got the origin story of the Privateer. It's got the layouts of the comic books and everything. So go check it out. And then, of course, always want you to go check out JoesAtmosfere.com if you want to get a portrait done, like some of the ones you see here in my little history of my beginnings and stuff. Just go right here and click on the little message box, and you can send me an email and let me know what you want me to do. So commissions are open, and you guys can get a piece of artwork of your own right there. And I appreciate you guys watching, because we wouldn't even have a show if you guys didn't watch. As far as the channel and what's going on with it this week, don't forget that we'll be back next week at 6 p.m. Central Time to let you know what's going on with the clown show that is 2025 through today's headlines. The Brothers Hack the Matrix every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Central Time. And tomorrow morning on Military Monday, Gary and I will be working on our comic books while we watch and talk about The Right Stuff. If you've never seen The Right Stuff, block out 3 hours of a day when you can kick back and relax and watch the story of the test pilots that became our first astronauts. It's a great movie with a great cast. The Right Stuff. We're going to talk about it on Military Monday, this Monday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Then at 4 p.m. Central Time over on That 70s Rock Fans channel, we're going to be talking about the movie Back to the Beach. Now, what movies can you tell me that would have Frankie Valli, Annette Funicello, Gilligan, Pee Wee Herman, and Stevie Ray Vaughan in it in the same cast? I mean, come on. You can't ask for more. But we're going to do that on It's Only Talk and Roll on That 70s Rock Fans channel at 4 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. And then after that, you can come watch me screw up a video game on Papa Joe Gamer After Dark. Video games, cocktails, and fails at 6:30 p.m. Central Time as I begin the 14th part of my Mass Effect 2 playthrough. You guys come check that out at 6:30 p.m. Central Time on Monday. And then Wednesday, it's another drink and draw over on Gary's channel on Pop Culture Minefield at 3 p.m. Central Time, where we'll be going to cover a movie I'm sure Danny's watched and probably enjoys, Red Heat, with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jim Belushi. We're going to be talking about that one. And Martin is pretty sure that Gary has gone communist because we did Dolph Lundgren's Red Scorpion last Monday, and now on Wednesday we're going to do Red Heat. So a lot of hammer and sickle going on Pop Culture Minefield right now. We're going to talk about it at 3 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday. And then, of course, after that, you go right over to my channel at 5:30 p.m. Central Time and check out State of the Atmosphere. We're all going to be talking about Superman this week, letting you know our thoughts on it. We've all seen it, and we'll be talking about it this Wednesday on State of the Atmosphere, along with all the other pop culture news. And then that brings us around to Friday and Sketching the Privateer, where you get to watch me work on the comic book for an hour on Friday afternoons at 1 p.m. Central Time. And at 8 p.m. Central Time on Friday, you want to go over to Pop Culture Minefield and check out Gaming Night with John as he tears up New Vegas in Fallout, The Tale of Two Wastelands. And that brings us right back around to Sunday and America's Best and Brightest on The Brothers Hack the Matrix. So, for myself and the Hylunder, there can be only one. He's smiling now because he loves that friggin' best and brightest shit. Yeah. Oh, look out. The balloons are flying. The balloons. That means it's time to go. You guys take it easy. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on.